Hello students, welcome to Modern Management Technique class. I'm Professor Namrata Hampihodi from Department of Commerce and Accountancy, KLS GCC Belgavi. In our previous class, we have seen about pricing of the product. That is, what price will be quoted for the particular product by considering into the various factors. Now after pricing the product, the next step here is the marketing of the product. That is, here once a product is ready, then that is to be marketed or that is brought to the customers. That is, wherever the customer is in need or the demand, placing the product is called here as marketing of the product. It is a process which involves promoting and selling of a product to a customer. So here it also defined as being the intermediary function between the product development and increasing the product awareness. So this is a process wherein the awareness about the product is being conveyed or it is being reached to the people. In the marketing of the product, the customers or the general public will come to know about the products. So generally when we look into this, that is getting to know about the product, that involves your marketing, or that is nothing but advertising or sale promotion. So right, so this is the first word which comes into the mind when we think of marketing the product. So now traditionally when we think the selling, that is advertising or like that is promoting, the promotion of the product involved only here marketing strategies, using some of the marketing strategies like such as like advertisement or showing the product demo, right? So these were the few of the methods, but now in the modern that is marketing, they use the social media platform for the marketing. They used here Macrom, which is called as marketing communication, online marketing, advertising marketing strategies, public relations, right? So these are the few of the channels they use, that is they use an online channel for marketing the product here. And the product marketing managers, called as PMM, are the active participants in the marketing of this such products. Then next comes here is product marketing strategy. So there are the strategy which has been used for marketing your product. The first here is customer development, that is first define your customers, that is for whom is your product meant for, right? Now if you have produced the product which are like only for the kids, like that is on below age of 18, right? You have prepared some, your products are preparation of or manufacturing of the some toys or some playstations, right? And if you are targeting the people who are in the age group of 30 to 40 years, right? They will go for purchase of such, like for they can purchase for their kids there, right? But they don't use for themselves. Okay, so your target market should be fixed here, that is your customers must be developed, that is think who are your customers and then concentrate on or focus on that, right? Then next comes here is positioning and messaging, right? So here after customers development, it's the product marketer job to turn a learnings into the action. That is here once if you know about the customers, then turn that action into that is turn that idea into the action, right? So this comes from a positioning document or listing of the key messages, right? So this will answer like to whom is this product for, what does this product do, why does a customer want to use it, why is the product different from the what's there out already, right? So these are the few of the questions which are being to answered in a positioning and messaging. Then comes here is sharing, positioning and messaging, right? So here once that is fixed, that is your positioning and messaging is been fixed, it's the job of again PMM, that is product marketing manager, to ensure that everyone in the company knows that, right? So getting to know about that product to people who are involved in the company. Okay, so here positioning won't stick unless everyone on the same page, that is everyone get to know the activity what is done. So this type of the activity is helpful in the large brand positioning, right? When you are placing a large product at your own brand, then such type of the sharing and positioning is very important. Then creating a launch plan, right? So here the product marketer own the creation of the launch plan, right, which involves the team from across the organization, right? It includes the traditional marketing, sales, supports, and much more. That is here nothing but you're launching a product here, right? So here you are giving that product or getting in that product into market, right? So here at the end of the day, most of the marketers are measured on the demand. That is here they create the effective plan, right, so that the product is launched successfully. Then creating a launch content. So this is again the work of the product marketer. Here they work with the multiple team inside the organization to launch its contents such as the products like sales material, blog post, okay, website updates. That is, they put the contents of that particular product. Then comes here is preparing the team. So here internal communication is just important as again the external communication. So these all strategies are taking place inside the organization. That is, it is an internal work. Okay, so here the marketer will make sure that entire team is being ready to go before the product launch. Okay, so here team is ready to launch. So this usually means that everything from making sure the website is ready to go live, to make sure that the support team is ready to field calls and chats, right? That is, they are ready to respond. Then comes here is product launch. So the actual product is launched in the defining the moment for a product marketer. So this is when the like you can say where exactly the product will be reaching the customer. Then next comes as post launch. So finally, when finally this is like to measure the success. That is, after your launch, this is a time where after the product is launched, you have to measure the success. So this will be done by monitoring the customers and internal feedback, right? So they can track the performance of the launch based on the certain metrics which are adopted by the organization here. So these are the product marketing strategies. Then next, coming to the concept of size of business enterprise, right? So when we look into the forms of business organization, there are like sole proprietorship you have, then you have partnership, joint stock, right? So that will define the size of your business organization. That is, how big is your business organization. Then how will you decide that whether your business is small or big, or it is a medium enterprise, right? That depends on the operation of the scale. That is, it depends on the organization and the operation of your business enterprise. At what scale your organization is operating, whether it is at a small scale, at the medium scale, or at the large scale. So this is nothing but size of the business enterprises, wherein the term size of the business refer to the scale of organization and operation of business enterprise. Then here plant. Then let us see the difference between here plant, firm, and industry, right? So here plant means it is a unit which is established for the manufacturing of the goods. So it will represent a production unit where the due provision of all the activity facilitating the production process are made. So plant is a unit wherein the manufacturing of the goods takes place. Then firm. A firm means it is an organization that owns and manages and controls a plant or number of plants, and also arrange the marketing of the product, provision of a finance and other facility to run the organization. So it is a firm is a collection of the hub plant. That is, it is a hub of the plant wherein the provisions are made for arranging the market, arranging the finance, or making the provision for the finance and facilitating for the organization to run smoothly. Then coming to the industry, so this industry will implies to the aggregate of all the firms which manufactures the similar type of the product. So the firms which manufacture a similar type of the product. Now example, like you have a IT sector which are of providing the same kind of the services, or you have a firm wherein they manufacture a certain same type of the goods, like manufacturing of a computers, right, manufacture of the mobiles. So this mobile industry together are called as a firm, right? So the industry or the firm which are involved in manufacturing of the mobiles are together collectively called as an industry. So the three meaning, that is, they differ, that is plant, firm and industry, they differ. Then next comes here is size of the firm, that is measures of the firm. So measures of the firm means here, that is measurement. How do you measure your firm? That is whether your firm is operating at the large scale or whether it is at a medium scale or it is a small scale. How do you measure your organization output? That is here it is about the measures of input and measures of output. Okay, so that is here the business firm will vary in size, that is from small, medium to large. So to understand the standards, we are going to categorize that measure about the input and measure about the output. So in measure about the input, first is your capital employed, that is depending on your capital your firm size has been determined. So here it includes the capital, includes the owned capital and borrowed capital. So the amount of the capital employed, the larger the amount of the capital employed will be the larger the size of the firm. Smaller the capital employed, smaller will be the size of the firm. Then next comes here is net worth. So net worth is what here? It is the excess of assets over the liability, right? It is shown in the balance sheet. So here for the practical purpose, it refers the amount to be paid up capital plus reserve and surplus during the business, right? So it will help you to measure the size of your business organization. So if your net worth, it shows like if your assets are more than your liabilities, then it indicates about your firm's position. Then comes here is total asset, right? As we know that total asset includes land, building, plant, machinery, right? Those are the fixed assets. Then you have a current assets like such as cash, short-term securities, stocks, debentures, right? And intangible like a goodwill, patent rights, etc. So these assets will help you to determine the scale of your operation. That is how large is your business organization. Then comes here is labor employed. So here the number of laborers employed in a firm is another important measure which will produce a similar type of the goods and which are in the same stage of development, right? So it will help you to measure that if there are large number of the employee are employed, then that means you are operating on the larger scale. Then next is amount of the raw material and power consumed. So here that shows if your organization is too large, and obviously the raw material and the power consumed will be more. So these are the measures which are inputs, that is these will state what are the inputs you are giving to measure the size. Then next comes here is output, measure about output. The first is the volume of the output. So here in the manufacturing of your product, what is the outputs? That is your output is in a large quantity, then your organization size will be greater. Then next comes is your value of the output. So here this will indicate the monetary value of the goods and services which are produced by the firm, then also serve as a basis of measuring the size of the firm. It shows what is the value of the output, right? We in the previous stage that the volume of the output, we have seen that in a particular month we design or we give a output of certain quantities, right? Then in next stage that a value of output, that is what is the value of each product or what is the value of the output we have got, that we are going to measure. Then next comes value added. So here as a useful variation or combination of two output, this will measure a net value added, that is it is calculated by deducting the costs of production from all the values of production here, right? So it will help you to know what is the value addition, that is at what rate you are selling and what is the addition you are getting, right? So it is mentioned here that nothing is like no measurement is fully correct or accurate or adequate, right? So it depends on the certain factors of the industry, right? And it depends on the output, uniformity, accuracy of data availability and the purpose for which it is required, right? So these indicators, these points will help or it will indicate about the outputs of the firm, and this output will help you to determine how large your how at what scale is your business been operating, whether it is at small, medium or large scale. So I hope you are clear with this today's class. In the next class, let us see further about the size of the firm. Thank you.